Hello, guys. My name is Desmond, and I welcome you to my lesson for today, where we will be looking at mathematics. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, please do allow me to say it is very much important that I say it is very, very much important because Jupiter Dlamini. What I'm about to say, it's massively. Hey, massively important, ladies and gentlemen, that I say a day without learning something new, it's a day wasted. By so saying, Luandi Swa, please, honorable member, please do make sure that by the end of each and every lesson that I conduct, you learn something new. Very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen, over there. So, without any waste of time, mathematics is what we'll be looking at in today's lesson. So, what I'm going to do is to read through the given statement, and then from there, what we'll do is to have a look at the diagram and answer the questions. So, all of this is posted in the group. So I'm just going to quickly read everything. Then we have a look at that triangle or that diagram having multiple triangles. And then from there, we'll start looking at the question. So let's see from point A. There's point A. From point A, an observer spots two boats, B and C, or they, B and C. Okay? At anchor. Okay, there's point A at the top, and then you're having two boats B and C at anchor. Okay, let's see. The angle of depression. I almost said depreciation. Okay, the angle of depression of boat B from A is that alpha there. Okay, makes sense. D, where is D? Oh, there is D. D, it's a point directly below A. So that means this is a vertical straight line where D is directly below A. So that means B is at the top, directly below its point D. And on the same horizontal plane as B and C. Okay, so that means D, B, and C are actually on the same horizontal plane. So it's more like they're sitting on the same table, if you can think of it that way. So let's see. They're saying BD. Where's BD? There's B, there's D. Okay, yes, it's 64 meters. Notice the unit. So this means these values are actually in meters. Okay, let's see. AB, where's A? Oh, there's A, there's B. AB is equals to 81 meters. Makes sense. And AC, wait, where's A? Oh, there it's A, there it's C. Okay, AC is equals to 87 meters. I think now I have a better understanding of what is going on there. Most importantly, honorable members, in most cases, you will be given a statement, and that same statement is going to be represented diagrammatically. So that means this is a diagrammatical representation of the statement that I've just read. So with this type of problems, this is where you apply the sine rule and the cosine rule. An additional question is going to be an area that they might want you to calculate, and also you use the area rule. So that means at all the times, honorable members, you need to know whether you are dealing with a right angled triangle or not. But what I like about the sine rule and the cosine rule is that whether you are having a right angled triangle or not, you can still apply. Whether you are having a right angled triangle or not, you can still apply. Whether you are having just a triangle, which could be a scalene or isosceles, these two, including that one, you can apply. But only if it's a right angled triangle. You cannot, no, you actually can apply those, but it is advisable that you either use sine, cos, or tan. These are the trig ratios. Maybe let's start attending to the questions and you will have a better understanding of what I mean. Remember, guys, some of you might be your first time attending my lessons. Just be aware that we did an introduction based on this chapter. The lessons were recorded and they were posted. So just in case if you'd like to catch up on introduction, soon as the lesson is done, make sure to send me an inbox and I'll refer you to where the recordings are filed. So before we now start looking at 7.1, is there anyone who's got a question in relation to that drawing or what I've explained? Or are we ready to start answering the questions? Silence in code. Okay, noted, Hami. So let's see. Here comes a question. Calculate the size of theta to the nearest degree. So that means they actually want the size of theta to the nearest degrees. The first thing that you need to do is to check exactly where is theta. Can you see where theta is? This is where we are having theta, which means this is where you need to concentrate in order to perform a calculation. Something very much important, Pantipakiti. You see this thing, that, and also that. It actually means these two lines are parallel. So it's more like you are having those two lines, which are parallel. In between, you are having this line, which is BA. Do you guys notice that you are now actually having a Z? Remember, there is your angle theta. Most importantly, you do remember that this angle, it's actually the same as that angle. I'm just not sure if you guys remember. There is a law which says that and that. I think it's is it alternating? It should be alternating, something of that nature. So now, with us knowing that that angle is actually the same as that angle there. So that means on our diagram, we can actually say there is our angle theta. Remember, this question is allocated 3 marks, which means it's not that much complicated. You just need to think of the relevant formula, then you plug your formulas. So let's see. It seems like we've got enough information. We've got that side, its value, we've got that, its value, and most importantly, this is a right angled triangle. Which trigonometric ratio is relevant? So can you see you've got adjacent because that 64 is adjacent to the angle, and then you have hypotenuse. So let's see, cosine, adjacent over hypotenuse. So it seems like, let's see, it seems like we can say cos of that angle theta is equals to cosine adjacent being BD over cosine, hypotenuse being AB. So now that means we are actually going to have cos of that angle. What is BD? BD is 64 meters over, what is AB? AB is 81, meaning angle theta is going to be second function of cos 64 over 81, which is equals to what? What are you guys getting when you punch all of that on your calculator?
47,803.
47,80 degrees. But remember, I think they said to the nearest degrees. What will it be in that case? Guys, did you say 47 or 37?
37.
Oh, yes. So what will the answer be to the nearest degrees?
38.
100%, 38. So with you doing that, that's how you score yourself 3 marks for that question. But I want you guys to be aware of something. Let's quickly try to check something. Remember, it is a right-angled triangle, and we used a trig ratio, of course. Let's try to check what happens when we use the sine rule, because I just said when it comes to the sine rule, it's applicable to any triangle. So let's see. That means since we're looking for an angle, I'm therefore going to start with sine as the numerator. Sine of an angle over. So let's see. Sine of this angle over its opposite side being AD. Yes, AD. Wait. This is 81 over that. And then this is the angle which we're looking for, which is opposite to that. Okay, now that means it can be applicable, but it's going to be a long drive. Chumi the chumis, remember to mute your mic, honorable member. Let me just quickly do something just to prove what I'm actually trying to explain. But this is not what you need to do. Let me remove this and just quickly explain what I'm referring to. So that means you needed or you had to have this side. If you wanted that side, you know theorem of Pythagoras. Let's see. Y squared. So that means R, it's obviously 81 squared, which is equals to 64 squared. It's adjacent plus that. So that means Y, it was going to be equals to 81 minus that. Let's see, 81 squared minus 64 squared, it's equals to, and then square root of an answer. No, what am I doing now? 81 squared minus 64 squared, it's equals to that. Then square root of an answer, it's equals to 49.648. Let me just do that. 8. So suppose that AD, its length is equals to that. Let's see if I use the sine rule to check if that angle could be something closer to that. Remember, I rounded off here, so an angle might be closer to what we got, 38. Yes, 37 point something. So let's see. That means you're going to say sine of that angle over its opposite side, which is what? Which is 49.648, let's say 8. I rounded that 8. So now you were going to say sine of that angle. What is that angle? That angle is 90 there. Over that. What is that? That is 81. Therefore, it means you are now having sine of that angle, which is equals to, then you cross multiply. So it's more like you are having at the top sine of 90, which is multiplying with that 49.64, let's say 88, the whole of that divided by 81. So now, let's see. That means you're going to have second function of sine, the whole of that. Maybe let me do it there so that I save some space. So that means it's going to be second function of the whole of that. So let's see if it gives us something closer to that. Let's see. Second function of
It's
sine.
the same answer.
Yeah, someone just punched it. Is the same answer. So the chummies, what I actually tried to do here, it was just to confirm that if it's a right angled triangle, you can use trig ratio. But for some reason, if you forget that you can use the trig ratio, even if you use the sine rule, you are still correct because it's going to give you the same answer. So that means the sine rule, ke makgona tjohle, ka Sepedi. I'm just not sure ukuthi ngesiZulu ngizoyisho kanjani lento. Ikhona konke. Yes, sine rule and cosine rule zikhona zonke, if it makes sense. Okay, maybe we will come across a question where we can apply that. So now, very quickly, let's move on to 7.2. Let's see, it says, most importantly, let's write the numerical value of what we just calculated there. So you guys are saying it's 38 degrees. Okay, so let's see. Next question. If it is given that, if something is written like this, you need to be able to interpret it. This is how you interpret that. If it is given that, you say in triangle BAC, then you look at BAC. That's when you can say angle A, it is the one, according to the statement, they say it's 82.6 degrees. To make things easy, then draw that and say this is your A, this is your B, this is your C, and this is the one which is 86.6, 82.6 degrees, that angle. I'm not sure if you guys realize that AB, it is that one they said is 81, and AC, it is that one they said is 87. Can you see? With you drawing that, makes it very much easy to notice what can be applicable there. Now they say calculate BC, the distance between the two boats. Remember, there you are having your boat there. Jesus. There's my nice Titanic there. So that means you are having boat at B and boat at C. We want to know how far apart are those two boats. So now, let's see. Remember, Bantu Bagiti, with this chapter, it's either you use the sine rule or the cosine rule. Maybe let me do it this way and say the sine rule or the cosine rule. And this one, you use it if you have more angles. This one, you use it when you have more sides. So now you look at a triangle and say, do I have more angles or more sides on that triangle? You realize you've got more sides, two sides. Then it means cosine angle. No, cosine rule. It is the relevant formula to use because you need those two there. So that is where you are now going to say, you remember that if this is point with capital letter A, this is small letter A, then this one is going to be small letter C, this one is going to be small letter B. So that means this side squared being A squared is equals to, let's see, alphabetically, let's start with B and say B squared, I think it's a plus, then C squared minus, I think you're going to have BC, but remember 2 there. It's easy to forget that. Then you're going to have cos of that angle in between. being angle A in that triangle. So now you substitute. What is your A? A is what you're looking for. What is your B? B, what is it? It's 87 squared. Plus, what is your C? Your C, it's 81 squared minus 2. And then you have that 87 and what else? That 81. And then cos of that given angle being 82.6. Yes. So here comes the question. What is the value of A squared?
12,314,75486.
12,314, what are those values, Hamisa?
75.
75.
That's it,
Okay.
rounded off.
Okay. So remember, guys, at this stage, don't round off, only round off the final answer. So what are those other values, Hamisa?
Is 486.
486. Okay. Then that's when you can now find the value of A. Then you can round it off. So what will be the value of A?
110.97.
110.97. Do we know the units? I think we do. They said it's meters. So that means you're going to say meters. You can therefore say what you wanted me to calculate, which is the distance of BC. It's equals to 110.97 meters. Also this one, did it make sense to everyone, honorable members? Or is there someone who's got a question on that one?
It makes sense.
100%. So very quickly, let's have a look at the last question. So that's how you score yourself 3 marks also for that one. So let's see. I'm just going to remove all of this. Okay, no, I realize we need to note down that 0.97 meters. So remember, guys, this is just a warm up. So on our Monfry lessons, that's when we're going to do some more complicated stuff, especially for grade 12s, and that will be our last lesson on this chapter. So the reason why I'm saying on Monday, it's because tomorrow I think you guys will be doing the compound and double angles. So once you've completed that part of the compound and double angles, then when we do our maths lesson, we are going to have a look at this type of problems where now you use your understanding of the double angle. For example, that angle called D, or this one, it might be 2 theta there. And somehow when it interacts with sine and cos, that's when you realize you've got sine 2 angle. And that sine 2 angle, you know, on the formula sheet is equivalent to something that might have a maybe sine whatever plus 1 or minus 1, cos whatever. Then I'm going to train you on how you choose the correct equation. And the simplest way of explaining is to say, if you notice on your equations you're having too many signs, when you choose something which is a sign from that list of 3. But we'll get there. But for today, we are just averagely doing these general problems. Grade 11s, please make sure that you open your eyes, because we will also be having our last lesson on this chapter. From there, we will be preparing for term 2. So let's see. The last question, 7.3, says if when this is written in that format, it means if in triangle BDC, let's see, BDC. Can you now see they're talking about that? BDC. If angle D in this triangle is that, so that means D there, it is now 110 degrees. Then they say calculate the size of in triangle DCB. Calculate C. It's always best to quickly draw that. There is D, there is B, there is C. They say this is 110. I think we know that BD is 64. We just calculated this one. And this is what they want you to calculate. And you do the same thing. You say, in this triangle, you can actually apply the sine rule based on the arrangement of this information that is given. Because you realize the angle that you're looking for is opposite to the known side. This side is opposite to the known angle. So it's a matter of how do you then structure your formula? Because it is the angle that you're calculating. That's why you must write firstly sine at the top. But if it was the side that you're looking for, you're going to start with C being the side. It makes it easier. You will notice why. So let's see. That means now we are having sine of the known angle being D there over the known side being small letter d, being that side. So let's see. You will easily say sine of what is that angle? It's what you are looking for, divided by what is the opposite side? It's 64. Equals to sine, obviously, angle D is given as that, divided by the side we have just calculated it to be that. So can you see? It's easy because you just cross multiply. So that means a sine of that angle, you cross multiply, then it's actually 64, and then the same thing. So that is why I'm just going to quickly remove all of this and just write that 64 there. Because you just cross multiply, the rest remains the same. So that means your angle C is going to be second function of the whole of that. Then, what is the angle of C? What is that, Hamisa?
32,82.
32,82 degrees. Then you are done. I'm not sure if there's someone who's got a question on that one, or are we ready to jump on to the next question? Because that's how you easily score yourself a 3 marks. Anyone who's got a question on that one, or are we ready to jump on to the next question? I think we can jump on to the next question, guys. I think we can jump on to the next question. So just to save time, I've already drawn that question. So let's see. We are given a statement there. It's not a lengthy statement. So I'll just read it out to say, the figure below, being that figure, it represents a triangle. A triangular right prism with BA. Where is BA? There's B, there it's A. They say it's equals to BC. That's why you can easily just do that. Just so that you remember that this is equals to that. And they say it's equals to 5 units. So that means this is 5 units. Also, this is 5 units. It helps when you write it there, because when questions are being asked, it's going to be easy for you to refer to that. Now they say in triangle ABC, angle B, it is the one which is 50 degrees. And in triangle FAC, angle A, it is the one which is 25 degrees. So maybe let's write it to say there we are having 50 degrees. In triangle FAC, where is F? There's F there. Where is A? There's A. Where is C? There is C. Angle 8 is the one which is 20. So that means 25, it is actually that angle there. So now let's have a look at the questions. The first question says, determine the area of, this is that question 11 that we're doing, honorable members. Question 11. They're saying, determine the area of triangle ABC. There it's A, there's B, there it's C. Anyone who would like to give it a try, honorable members, just to explain how are you going to calculate that area based on what we discussed on our previous lessons?
Can I try?
Yes, go for it, honorable member.
So we're going to use the formula area is equal to half small a, small c, sine big B.
Sine angle B. Let's see.
So
Uh,
for A, we are going to substitute 5. For small c, we're going to substitute 5. Then for angle B, we're going to substitute 50. Then the answer will be 9,58.
9,58. Remember, units squared. Nay. So, the honorable member there is 100% correct. What you need to remember at all the times is that whatever triangle that you are having, just make sure that when you use the area rule, you use this side and also that side if you know those sides. But the angle, it has to be an angle between the two sides. Whether if you use this side because you have it and also that side because you have it, an angle has to be that one in between. If you use this side and that side, an angle has to be that one in between. That's how the area rule works. And with you doing that, that's how you score yourself 2 marks for that question. I hope it makes sense, honorable member. So I'm about to now remove everything and we jump on to the next question. I'm just assuming that it made sense to everyone. Anyone who's got a question, honorable members? Let's see who's on the line. Jafta, are you sure we are not losing you there, honorable member? I see Fortunate is on the line. Fortunate, are you following there?
No, we following.
Okay, 100%. So let's see. I'm just going to remove all of these because we have calculated the area. So now let's have a look at the next question. It says calculate the length of AC. Where is A? Okay, there is A and there it's C. This is what you need to ask yourself a question to say, this AC, It's connected to which triangle? It's connected to this triangle. It's also connected to that triangle. Okay, now that you notice it's connected to two triangles, the next question is which triangle has enough information? Then you realize this triangle has enough information, meaning you can consider to use that triangle. So now the question is this side AC, can I use the cosine or the sine rule? Because obviously, you know, one thing for sure with this chapter, it's only three things that you use: the area rule, sine rule, and the cosine rule. But because they did not talk about the area, then you forget about the area. That means it's either cosine rule or the sine rule. Then you ask yourself, okay, I've got the side, I've got the side, I've got an angle, and what they want is the side, meaning I'm going to have more sides. Then in that case, which rule? Obviously the cosine rule. Obviously the cosine rule. You have 5, you have angle being 50 there, and this is what they want you to calculate. So let's see. That means this side being AC, there it's B. So let's see. AC, which is small letter B, this one, small letter C, this one, it's small letter A. So that means small letter B squared is equals to A squared plus C squared minus 2. Then it's going to be AC cos of a angle of that. So let's see, what is B squared? It's equals to A. What is A? A obviously it's 5 squared plus 5 squared minus 2. It's going to be those same values, and then we're going to say cos of that angle there. Then you punch all of that. What is all of that? Remember, that is actually B squared. What is all of that? Let's see, 5 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 5 times 5, and then cos of 50 there. So this is what I'm getting, 17,86061952. Then that means B is going to be, you just say square root of an answer, and then it gives you 4, you can just say 23. Do we have the units? I think no units are there, but they just said units. So that means this is the answer for that question. I'm just not sure if there's someone who's got a question in relation to that one. It was also allocated 3 marks. So that means with you doing that, that's how you score yourself 3 marks. Did that make sense to everyone, honorable members? Or did I lose you there?
Makes sense.
It is as easy as that, honorable members. I'm telling you, it gets more complicated when it is combined with the double angles. But if not, they're just trying to test if you can apply the cosine rule, the sine rule, and the area rule. That's all. So also, they want you to check, they actually want to check if you are able to interpret the given diagram. Remember, guys, we're not looking at a circle, not a square, not a rectangle, not a trapezium, but only triangles. So that means whatever that you do, you need to be able to notice the triangle that you are dealing with. Triangle is a game of 3 things: 3 sides, 3 angles. So let's see. Hence, meaning refer to the question above or the answer above. Hence, determine the height FC of the prism. Remember, prism is all of this thing. This shape is prism, but you know you are only dealing with triangles. So now they want the height FC. You ask yourself, For it's F, there it's F, there it's C. But remember, you just calculated this to be 4.23 units. Something very much important, Elbandla Kankulunkulu. Your answers must make sense. You see, now you get 4.23. It does correlate to those sides. Don't find yourself having this side being 5, that side being 5, but you have this one being 1,000 something. Just remember that it could be you forgot to square root your answer. And what you calculated, it's actually a b squared, which is 1,000 or 100, whatever. So you just need to remember that maybe it's because you didn't square that. Your answers must make sense. So let's see. Now, FC, it's in which triangle? FC, it's in this triangle of that and that. Remember, a game of triangles. So if you get confused, remember to try and redraw the triangle. You just calculated that. We were told that that angle is 25 degrees. So anyone who can therefore tell what will be that? FC. What is the value of FC? Work it out from your side because this is grade 10. Try work it out from your side and let me know what is the answer there.
I think the answer is 1,97 units.
Is it everyone getting 1,97 units?
Yes, it's correct.
Yes. So that's how you score yourself a how many marks? 3 marks. I think it's too much. If it was me, I was not even going to give you a mark. I'm kidding, guys. Maybe 1 year. Yeah. 3 marks is too much. So now let's move on to the last question. Let me quickly check. Where is that question? Yes, there is the last question. I think there we've covered everything, guys. On that one, I think we have covered everything. So let's quickly move on to this last question. So remember, guys, these are exam questions. These are exam questions. So you can see how easy they are, which is an indication that if you practice more and you give yourself enough time to make sure that you go through these things and you do not miss our extra lessons, you will definitely score maximum marks. So let's see. The sketch below shows one side of the elevation of a house. So when you talk about the elevation of a house, it's you standing either in front of the house and you look at it in that direction. So that means if, for example, you are on the ground and you stand on the other side of the house, this is what you are seeing. This is the roof of that house. And then this is the wall of the house. This is the roof, this is the wall. So that means in this case, you are actually standing here and then you are looking at it in that direction. That is what is meant by the elevation. So for those of you guys who are going to be doing architect, if you want to be an architect, then that means you will be dealing a lot more with those working with structural engineers. So let's see. I think there I had to include those 90 degrees there. So let's see. They say some dimensions in meters. So that means these dimensions are in meters, are indicated on the figure. So this is a figure and you've got the questions there. They're saying calculate, round off to 1 decimal places. Very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen. Round to 1 decimal places. Round to 2, you will see what's going to happen. Because in capital letters, they said 1. 11.1, they want you to calculate AC. They want you to calculate AC. Anyone who would like to give it a try to explain how are we going to calculate EC? Are you still cabanging? Noma kunzima?
So,
Are you still cabanging? Yebo.
so how many marks is it allocated?
3 marks. 3 marks.
Yeah. Okay. So I think
Who's speaking?
Kabelo, so
Okay, go for it, honorable member.
I think you're gonna say since the thingy, the angle G, so on the other side is also 90 degrees.
Sorry, Kabza the Makabzin. Let me quickly correct that angle there. It's not 35, but it's 32. Yes, continue, honorable member.
So I'm going to say find the angle like the angle of E, sir, but on the other half of the perpendicular line. So because
Which angle? Remember, we have 2 angles of E name. So mathematically, you're going to say in triangle angle E. So in which triangle?
so in triangle DEG.
DEG. Then you say we look for that angle E.
Yes, sir.
That one there. And then
you're gonna say angle E, sir, is 58.
angle E is 58. Where is 58 coming from? Ipumapi. Is it you knowing that because this is 90, that means this is 90? Then you do that thing of saying 180 minus those 2 angles. Is that what you did there, honorable member?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it's fine. So that means you're saying in triangle DEG. Angle E, it is, you said 180 degrees minus 90 degrees, being that 90 minus that 32. Then what are you getting there as that angle there?
58, sir.
58 degrees. Okay. Bese.
And so you can calculate the height of the perpendicular line, which is EG.
Wait. You can do what? What did you say there, honorable member?
So calculate the height of the perpendicular line starting from that line EG.
Oh, so you're saying we can now try to calculate EG, ne?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then how are we going to calculate EG?
So you can use the sine rule I'll go for the
Mm-hmm.
sine rule, sir. So, sir,
Mm-hmm.
you know that we're looking for the side EG. So,
Mm.
batak or batak. So you're going to say the side EG over nto sine 32, sir,
Mm-hmm.
is equal to that side ED DE,
Side
sir.
ED. Okay,
Yes,
side
sir.
DE. Mm-hmm.
Sine 90.
Okay.
And then, sir, you're gonna cross multiply, getting EG alone.
Wait, let's see. EG is what we are looking for. So that means you're going to cross multiply. Ne? DE is
Yes,
what? It's 7.5. And then sine 32, you say. Sine 32 degrees over. What is this one? Sine 90, is it 1? I think sine 90 is 1.
yes, sir, it
Yes,
is.
sine 90 is. So it's more like divided by 1 is the same as that. So now you punch all of that. What will therefore be what will be this?
So it's 3,97.
3,97 okay, 3,97 units. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then person.
Mm, sounds stuck. Okay, because we're looking for EC.
Charlotte, what's Kabelo o ka re mokekolo a be a boa paying a hotlhe tlhakatlhakane tlhogo gore tlhogo e tlhakatlhakane a tse gore a tshwareng a le seng a ke tsebe Charlotte if o nyako mo thuša mokekolo wa batho a o nyako mo thuša
Aowa mokekolo a tswelle.
hei a bo o tlhakatlhakane kore o tlhakatlhakane o gotse a tse gore a reke dikgogo a reke khabetšhe a re a tšhanyana ei konzima kapsate makabzeni
So do you mind hinting me at least?
wa tsore wa e kere o tlhakatlhakane
Why, sir?
gape this thing ye o e dileng ka o fela yona since o na le angle o na le hypotenuse and o nyaka that side why maybe se o šomišeng sine I think sine or sine of that 32 no yes sine of 32 let's see sine angle equals to sinoa opposite eg over opposite over hypotenuse yes being that yeah then you just cross multiply it's 7.5 sine of an angle being 32 then it's equals to eg so wondering quickly it takes you there instead of going through that route and then you still do the sine rule and then you still work it out. It is correct, but ongwisha ke ro tlhakatlhakane ko ro zakane o tsere zaka tsama mo ara strata wa re khabetšhe ko ra o tsebore o rekeng a o tsebore o tshwareng o le seng the makabzeni nombuso makaula kuhamba njani lapho I think this is an interesting question and it should be an easy question because of it being allocated 3 marks. Hamisa, are you still cabanging there? Limbane, Chumi the Chumis. Heaven, Muleboge is there. Muleboge.
I'm
Kisharu
not
Hule
sure if
Gadiseo boy.
Yes, I'm here.
Hamisa, you were saying, what are you saying there,
I'm not
honorable member?
I'm not sure if the way I did it is not.
Wenzeni.
I used the sine rule
Mm-hmm.
as in the A1 is over sine A is equal to B sine B is equal to C sine B. I use that one. So I'm not
Okay,
so sure
maybe
if it's correct.
let me quickly write it down. Let's see. What did you do? Let me quickly write it. What did you do there?
So I use the big triangle as in DEC.
This one. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So
Okay.
I first looked for angle C,
Angle C.
which
Mm-hmm.
I got as 58. I don't know
That's
how, but
58.
I got
But
it as 58.
when they okay, maybe take us through that angle. How did you get it? What did you do? How did you calculate it?
In my mind, I just saw a straight line and a 90 degrees.
Mm.
So I just added 90 plus 32 and I minus 180 and I got 58 in that straight line.
Hey, alokhu kunzima. Okay. Uh, I'm not sure to say at least you've done something, or because there are those who would say, this one I would skip it. Nangayithela. But it's 3 marks. This is where examiner is getting you, honorable members. You realize you are having that right angle triangle, that right angle triangle. But what if, yes, you look at that bigger triangle? Then you realize you're having 7.5, you're having 32 degrees. Can you not find this side? Most if you're having a house, it has to be a wall which is straight. It has to be a wall which is straight, meaning the distance from there to there, it is the same as the distance from there to there, which means this distance is also 9.4. Then you can easily calculate your EC. I'm not sure if it makes sense now, honorable members, but I see someone smiling there.
Sir,
That's
sir,
Hmm?
I got a question.
Yebo. Mm-hmm.
Why did you write the value of that base at the bottom, sir?
Who's speaking now? Order, order,
Menyabekikazele,
honorable members.
lokhonu.
Honorable member, can you withdraw that? Otherwise, I'm going to call security to remove you out of parliament. Can you remove that?
Okay, so I
Hmm?
withdraw. I
Can you
withdraw.
withdraw,
Yes,
honorable
I'm
member?
withdrawing. I withdraw.
But do you see why you need to withdraw?
Yes, sir.
Yes. It's not me. It's not me who wrote it there, but it's examiner. But what you know is that a house, this is a wall, this is a wall, this is the roofing. A wall has to be vertically straight. That is why it makes a 90-degree angle there. Also, there it makes a 90-degree angle there. There is no way you can have a house having a wall which is doing like that. Nahana mo leboge ntlo e so mona po tla lo reka engele mona. Ra re o robala jwang ka ra ntlo e so mona ka engele. A bo kra
Ya
o lo ra
go
engele
wela e.
fela. O ka re ke a utlwa o hona ka engele. Yes. But can you now see it's now doable? So, in short, we realize these questions are not complicated or difficult. It's just a matter of examiner
Sir,
trying to play some tricks.
sir,
Yebo.
could
Mm-hmm.
you please re-explain it again? I think I did not get you very well. Could you please re-explain it again? The one
Okay.
that you were writing, yes.
Okay. So, what I was saying is we realize we've got a what is it? We've got this side and we also have that angle there. So it's a matter of you asking yourself, are you going to then cut it there and refer to this smaller triangle? Or are you going to then extend it and use this bigger a triangle. But because you realize this is vertical and that is vertical, that means from there to there, it has to be equals to from there to there. So that is why that 9.4, whether it is there or whether it is there, it makes no difference. You just know that from there to there, it's equals to from there to there. The honorable member was asking, why did I write something, something, something? So it doesn't matter whether you say from there to there, it's 90 or 9.4 and you write it there, you can still write it there. So wherever you write it, you just know from there to there is equals to from there to there. So I was just trying to make an example of a house to say, remember, this is the elevation of a house. That means this is a wall. It has to be a vertical wall. And on the other side of a house, it's also a vertical wall. Then we have the floor there. Then now, there is your roof. So what I was saying is there we have 9. So that means from there to there, it has to be the same distance as from there to there, which is what? 9.4. We have that angle. We have 7.5. This is 32 degrees. So can you see? Now it's easy to find that. This is where I'm asking, what tool are we going to use to calculate EC? Or, but did it make sense, honorable member?
Yes, it did.
Okay, 100%. So now, what are we going to use to calculate EC? Hmm? Hi. Ngikhanuka re leshile naba bantu bakithi. Bengicabanga ukuthi siyathandaza. Manje abantu abanye bafuna ukubaleka manje. Hmm?
Sir, aren't you gonna use the classroom?
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Ah, kabza. Phuteo nya go chaba monna ke tsuru tlhanka phuteo ka hore na be ke re sithandaza sonke manje bafuna ukubaleka angazi ukuthi kwenze njani. Can you see? We've got a side, and an angle in between. So let's straight away substitute. Obviously, this side being EC, A, B, C, D, E. Yes, CE squared is going to be equals to this side squared plus this side squared minus 2 of those same sides. And then now we're going to have cos of 32 degrees. So what is CE squared? Jafta Dlamini. Are you still okay there, honorable member? Or do you want to rise on a point of order?
I'm following, sir.
Okay. So what is Yebo? What is CE squared? Hmm.
25,04.
25,04. Remember, this one you don't round it, honorable member. You just say as it is, and then this is what you're going to round off. You can say square root, then you click answer, and then it's equals to. Then what is the final answer there?
5, sir.
5,02.
5,
It's just 5.
Hmm? 5,
So it's just 5. 0, 0. It's just
Yes,
5.
just 5. Yes, 5,0. Remember they said round it off to a 1 decimal place. So that means you're going to say 5,0. What is it? It's units. So is it units or what? I think they've given us units. Oh, they said it's in meters. So those dimensions are in meters. So don't say 5, but say 5.0 units or 5.0 meters. Ene leskar le ka bantu bakithi leskar le ka, how am I going to say that in other languages? But ekere leskar le ka, don't ask me what is going to happen there if you just say CE it's equals to 5. Because someone is wondering, what if I wrote CE is equals to 5 meters? That's what I mean, Muleboge, when I say leskar le ka bantu bakithi. Because now, when you say
I
5,
understand you.
whereas I said round it off to a 1 decimal place, la bona ko re le ka mara. Hape ko re le ka tše dingwe tše ko le ra gore re dieng honorable members mola re rile our community doesn't have water, wena o re fa jojo tank. Asifuni tank, sifuna amanzi bantu bakithi. So let's make sure to answer the question and not do what is doable. I'm telling you, if you write 5, I'm going to give you a very big 0. But wait, this makes sense to everyone, Mos. We can move on to the next question, I think. So just in case if you are lost, make sure to raise your hand. Let's see. Let's maybe move on to the next question and see what happens there. So you can see examiner is trying to play some tricks there. Calculate DCE. What exactly do they want us to calculate there? They just say calculate DCE. So that means in triangle DCE, angle C is what they want you to. Let's see, where is D? There is D. Where is C? There is C. Where is E? There is E. They want you to calculate that. This one is tricky. I don't think you guys will get this one. I don't think you guys will get this one. How are we going to do this one?
So,
Mm-hmm.
so aren't you going to use like the sine rule, I think? I'm
But why
trying.
Sine
Yeah.
Rule, honorable member?
So you have sides and angle, and you've got like the side of the angle that you're looking for.
Oh, yes. Yes. I think honorable member has got a point there. We are looking for this angle there. So because we are looking for an angle, that is why you are going to say sine angle C over. What is the opposite side? It's 7.5 equals to let's see. You are therefore forced to say sine of that angle being 32 divided by that known side. This is where you can write it as 5. It's fine. Or you can write it as 5.0. It's fine. But I'm telling you guys, about 3 minutes left. This is what happens, Charlotte. Invigilator says 3 minutes left. Yeah. 3 minutes left. Let's see. Sine angle 7.5. Then sine something. Sine 32 there. And then what is it? 50 there. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, this is no longer 5.0. It's no longer 5, but it's now 50. That's where you guys make those mistakes. Not that it's a complicated question, but because you were concentrating on difficult questions, and now they're saying 2 minutes left, and you know this is easy. Then you are rushing, and you end up having 50 there. Okay, then you cross multiply. So that means sine of that angle is equals to 7.5 sine 32 degrees divided by 5. So that means that angle, it's going to be a, what is it? Second function of that same thing divided by 5. So what is that angle there?
52,64.
52,64. Moleboge, can you tell me why I'm going to give the honorable member 0 there?
Degrees, degrees.
Degrees. Salabona ore ke a rapeletša mara o sa no tshwana. The chumis ngisazokunika 0 ntombo, ngisazokunika 0. Can someone tell me ukuthi why ngizomniketa 0?
Because we rounded off to 2 decimal places.
Yes.
Whereas we round off to 1 decimal.
Show me the chumis. Can you say
Yes,
honorable
sir.
member? Yeah, so just always remember that. It's always best to maybe highlight it or write it down so that you don't forget.
Yes, sir.
Leskarleka bantu bakithi. Ningas tasty. I'm telling you, we will give you a very nice 0 there. But wait, are we ready to move on to the next question? Maybe let me write down that one. That one. So this is 52 point, I think it's 6. Yeah, it's going to be 6. I think this was a straightforward question, guys. Let's maybe have a look at what is it, 11.3, which says now the area of triangle DEC. You need to be able to interpret these things, guys. So area of triangle DEC, where is D? There is D, where is E? There is E, there is E. Okay, there's C. So how can we possibly calculate the triangle? No, the area of that triangle. Anyone who would like to suggest how to calculate the area of that? Is Jackie here? I don't think Jackie is here. No, Jackie is not here. Are you still thinking, guys? Lee, uthulile lapho, kwenze njani? Kana Lee wena uko Rustenburg, ne?
Can I try, sir?
Okay, there is someone. Who's speaking?
Lwandiswa.
Okay, Lwandi the Malwandi. So, go for it, honorable member.
I think so. We can use area is equal to half the small c
Mm-hmm.
times the small e
Mm-hmm.
sine d.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then
Let's
substitute.
see. What is, that one is this one. And then that one is this one.
Yes, sir.
What is that one? That one is 32 there. Okay. What is the answer there?
It's 18,0 unit squared.
18,0. Okay, we have the units there, ne? Even though they are not
Oh,
written
meter
there, but in
square.
the statement they said yes, meter. So that means meter. Is this answer correct? It doesn't look correct. This one.
Sir,
What the same
Hmm?
answer, sir?
No, sir, no.
Well,
I made a
Um,
mistake. It's
Order.
18,4.
18 comma. No, it's 18,5.
Order.
sir,
Order, honorable members. Who's speaking?
it's
Lwandiso,
Kabelo.
sir.
Landis. Okay, Landiswa, you are recognized. You said you made a mistake. Did you make a mistake?
Yes, sir. I substituted
Okay.
wrong in the calculator.
Okay, what is the correct answer?
The correct answer is 18,7. If you round it off to one
18,7.
decimal.
18,7. Okay, now is this correct? Lebandla la kaNkulunkulu?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
nami
sir.
ngiyavuma. Also my young sisters are vuming. Moleboge, the story of young sisters, honorable member. There was deputy speaker during our time at school. They asked a question, and an answer to that question was ancestors. I'm telling you, deputy president forgot that it's actually called ancestors, but he knew something that has sisters in the end. Hey, deputy president ended up saying young sisters. Hey, yaba mogolokwane Moleboge. So every time when I say young sisters, just know I'm also referring to my ancestors. So my young sisters, ayavuma ukuthi this is correct. And I think in that case, we can now move on to the last question. It has to be an easy question, also allocated 3 marks. But the previous question, calculating the area, it was, 2 marks. So now they say calculate the height EF. What is the height of EF? Or how are we going to calculate the height of EF?
Break down into like components, sir. I won't say components, but then, yeah.
Order, who's speaking?
Kabelo.
Oh, okay. Hey, you changed voice, honorable member. It's like you were praying hard, calling fire, 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 and now the voice is gone. Okay, how do we break it, the Makabze?
So you got the height, yeah, 3.5, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the rectangle. And then you got the length, which is 9.4 for the, yeah, bigger triangle. No, sir.
Yela we create ne?
So, let me rephrase. So I remember, like, I used the Sine Rule at first to calculate EG, and after that, you're going to add them together. Isn't it?
Yes. So what was EG?
I can't recall.
Maybe someone who remember, but what the honorable member is saying there, she is 100% correct to say EF. It's going to be equals to from there to there, which is that. That means you are having A, B, C, D, E, F, G, F, G, and you plus it with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, E, G. We know that FG is equals to 3.5. Then you will need to plus it with EG. G. And for you to calculate EG,
Sir,
that's where you can use Yebo.
EG is equal to 7.5. No, sir. Yeah.
Let's see. EG over 7.5, you cross multiply, and then EG,
Sir,
it ends up being Yebo.
it's 7.5 sin I think sin 32, sir. Yes, sir.
Sin 32. Sin 32. Huh? What is this one?
Sir, EG,
3.97.
sir,
Mm-hmm.
you wrote like on the where you wrote EG is equal to 7.5, sir.
Mm.
EG was equal to 7.5 sin 32 as like I check in my
Yes.
notes.
Then you punch it on a calculator. What is it?
3.97.
3.97. Then if we round it off to one decimal place, it ends up being 4, isn't it? It ends up being 4.0. Then you can therefore add it there. They say EF is equals to 3.5. You plus it with 4.0. And then finally, this is what, 7.5? I think it's 7.5. What is the answer? It's in meters. Yes, I think this is our final answer. And that's how you score yourself 3 marks there. So obviously there, your final answer, and then that ratio there, you will definitely score a mark there. And I think also that part you deserve a mark. You did think there. So this brings us to the end of our lesson for today. I'm just not sure if there's someone who's got a question in relation to what we have done, but I'm telling you guys, those questions are as easy as they are. It only gets complicated when you start having the double angles and whatever. Is there anyone who's got a question, or was it clear to everyone? I think it was clear. I think it was clear. So, for those who will be writing May, June, let me just give you a sense of why tomorrow's lesson it's going to be important. So, Mr. TK will be taking you through a lesson where you guys will be dealing with some, what is it? I think it's, yes, the double and the compound angles. You need to attend that lesson because now, in a case where they say this angle is 2x, and now they say that angle there is 90 degrees plus an angle. There you have 90 degrees, you have 90 degrees there. And they say this is K, this is F, this is T, this is 2, and then that is X. So this is what we'll be doing under our Monfry lessons with grade 12s. But with grade 11s, we will be doing same stuff. It's actually the same stuff that we have done today, but this is for grade 12s. Where now, for example, they might say calculate KF, the length of KF. This point there is A. So you realize for you to get that, it might be easier if you try to find that side, because in that way you'll be having this side let's say maybe this side, let's see, what is the trig ratio? There's going to be opposite sine that and whatever. You might find that 2 sine x is this side. I'm just giving an example. And then here you have 90 degrees plus an angle. And then now you are having that one being 2x there. So can you see, for you to find that, the principle is the same. Under this chapter, it's either you use sine rule or cosine rule. The rest, it lies on examiner being smart by trying to confuse you. Then you know, even a grade 11 can tell you're going to use the sine rule, where you say this side, let's say kf over, obviously because it's the sine rule, then it's 90 degrees plus an angle. It's equals to, there you've got the side, which is what? That one of 2 sine x divided by, because it's the sine rule, then you're going to have sine of that angle being 2x. Then you're going to cross multiply. But you realize, before you cross multiply, this is now that a reduction formula. It's 180 plus, it takes you into which quadrant? Second quadrant. In the second quadrant, is this thing positive or negative? Then, let's see. Oh, yes, it's positive. Then if it's positive, that means it changes to a co-function. So it's more like you're having k, that which is equals to cos x. Then, okay, that means you're having that. Then you have 2 sine of that divided by sine 2 that. I'm just giving an example here. Then because you're looking for that, you cross multiply. It's more like now, kf, it's actually 2, what is it? Sine x times cos x divided by this thing, which is a double angle. This thing, if you check on the formula sheet, you might find that it's actually the same as 2 sine angle times cos angle. I think I'm correct in that. If I'm correct, then it means the whole of this thing is the same as that. Then you substitute it there. Hey, mihlolo ya kaJesu. This thing is the same as that most. That means it can cancel. So if it cancels, then it means you remain with 1. So that means from there to there, it's equals to 1 unit. Do you guys have a sense of what I'm talking about when I refer to the double angles, reduction formula and whatever? Charlotte, do you have a sense of what I'm trying to explain there, honorable member?
Yes, sir.
So I would like to advise all of you not to miss tomorrow's lesson, because I think I'll be seeing you on Thursday. On Thursday, when we come, we are going to wrap up this chapter. We'll just be focusing on complicated questions, and I'll just make sure to make them easier. Grade 11s, on Monday when we meet, we are also going to finalize this chapter. And then going forward, that's when, grade 11s on Tuesday. I'll be seeing you on Tuesday. We are going to finalize, and then from there we prepare for term 2. So I'm not sure, guys. I'm about to sign out, but I'm just not sure if there's someone who's got a question, but I think all was clear. So I'm going to sign out in French. But before I do that, let me give you guys a quote. Comment with any... Yes, comment with any angle which is an acute... No, reflex. I want to see if you guys still remember what reflex angles are. Yes, any angle which is a reflex. Not acute, not obtuse, not revolution, but reflex. So ladies and gentlemen, Mono se Desmond Swepa. That's how you sign out in French. My name is Desmond and I'm out. Scholars Chile Bantubagiti. I'm just ending the lesson. Let's see. And